This evening. Would be evening in your country? I don't know. Well, mine country, evening. So, welcome. And this is the live in which every time I take one color, this was the color from last time, only green, and then I sketch a little bit during live. And then after the live, I actually make one page of my sketchbook with one specific color based on the study that I've done here in live. So those are the other colors, and this was the last time sketch. So from this nice fellow here to this. Good. Now for today, we had a request from Bucky 2011, I think was the name. If that's wrong, sorry. For a specific guest, that is this nice color here. So this super bright, beautiful color, it's called Hooker Green. I guess it's Hooker or Hooker. I have the feeling that this word specifically, you can't use it here in Twitch. Because what happened is that when I try to make the title for this live, I couldn't use this word. So yeah, my English is not that good. Let me grab out like Google Translate first of all to see how this nice thing here is called. It's red actually. Okay. Apparently it means thief. Okay. Oh, volume is off.
Hooker. Hooker.
Hooker, okay.
Hooker.
Well, in Italian means thief. I hope that translates well. So, hooker, we're going to use this nice, well, thief color, apparently. And fun story about this, but I don't know if it's fun, but for sure it's a story. This is actually the first color I bought. So one day I decided, okay, you know what, I want to try watercolor, and I went to this art store in town, like the first art store I could find. And yeah, and I bought two colors. I bought indigo and I bought this one, just because I thought they were pretty nice together. Those are the swatch for all the other colors I have. I want to try indigo because I want to find indigo because it's super cute, cool color. So this is indigo, and I thought those two colors look so cool together. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy those two. And at that time I was like, yeah, I don't know if I would like watercolor that much in maybe a month or two. And then, well, it actually became like a drug. So with that, those are one of the first sketches that I made using those two colors together. I think that at some point when I finish the series in which I use one single color per day, I will try to just ask, if we have a community big enough, ask around, hey, which color do you want to mix together? And or just have people randomly picking color for my collection and try to mix them together, see how they act. Like those two colors together, I think they are beautiful, like so dreamy. You have this nice deep green coming with the combination of our friend and indigo. And then there is like this more stylish effect. So yeah, this is what I had done, the first sketch that I made with watercolor basically. Now for today, since we don't have the second color, but only the first one, I thought, like, which tree, because basically I'm doing all trees, so which tree reminds me about this? And I don't know why the weeping willow come to mind, and I'm actually not sure that's how you pronounce it. So let's teach you some Italian. So in Italian, that tree that I want to paint is called salice, piangente, and in English is
Weeping willow.
weeping willow.
Weeping willow.
Weeping willow. Okay, I hope I won't make it wrong. So weeping willow. So today the idea is to make a weeping willow. I already tried to sketch something before, just to see how I was feeling about creating one, because I never paint one. So I was like, yeah, let's see how it is. My plan is to start from the trunk and the branches, and then add on top of these all the different leaves. And actually, I found out the other day that this part here that I'm struggling so badly to call it in English, it should be called crown. So in Italian, we have one word for both the leaves and the branches, and it's called chioma. So chioma dell'albero. Albero. Let's teach you some Italian. Now it's completely different word. Well, the other day was translated with crown, so now I'm very confused. Is there any other way? But if I write crown tree, what is in English? What's in Italian? Okay, it doesn't make any sense. Well, anyway, so we in Italian have a word that identify both the leaves and the branches that is called chioma. So since I can't find it in Italian and you haven't told me how in English and you haven't told me how to say that in English, I'll keep saying chioma until somebody will actually find out a word to identify those two things together. But yeah, thanks. By the way, in the other day comments there was hazy as a term for misty. Thank you very much for that in English, because yeah, guys, you're helping me out to learn new word in English. So that's a nice combination. So let's get back to our color for today and our tree for today. We're going to try to make this better by studying this. Only one color for today, and today's protagonist is the thief color, because hawker, from my understanding, it's thief. English is a very funny language, you know? So let's get back to the part of the sketching of my sketchbook, and we have a brand new page for this. So the plan is to start, let's keep this here as a reference. Maybe I can move the camera a little bit so you see better. Hello! So the plan is to start from the trunk. It's called trunk in English, right? Tronco in Italian. And we are going to build the trunk, and then after that we are going to add the leaves, and then this is just a sketch. We are going to make it prettier. Let's start with the trunk. For the trunk, I have a very flat brush, that is this one. This doesn't have any brand, but any brand that you can find will work. And this is a 12, just because I want to go very fast. And I think a 12 will make our life more easier and less miserable. So let's add some color. See my palette. Just mixing some color here. So I see there is one person. So hey, how are you doing? How's your life? So for the trunk, I will start from this side. Let's go from this side to this side, and maybe we are going to make many. And then after this live, I'm going to do an actual video for YouTube. I want you to be way drier than this. So let's make a trunk by doing something like this. The trunk goes up, 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 and then down. And then maybe we can have some, wait, what's the English? Roots. Yes. Yeah, something like this. And then when it was growing, at some point the tree decided to go the other way because it was very boring this side of the forest, so it went this way. And then at some point this part of the trunk started to have a fight with the other side of the trunk, so they split. All right, this is exactly how nature works. If you don't know, welcome to my National Geographic speech. So yeah, that's exactly what happened in nature. And well, after they split, they were pretty okay, like growing nice and smooth. And then at some point, you know what happened? They got sad, so they went down. Yeah. This is exactly what happened. And then they felt miserable, so they split apart again, and then again, and then again, and so far so on. You know why this story is sad? Because I don't know what weeping willow tree means in English, but in Italian, sadice piangente literally means the willow that is crying. So that's why. I think weeping will be the same. I don't know. But anyway, so this is part of what happened to this side of the branch. Let's see what happened to the other side of the tree. So he was growing and it was going very well. And then at some point again, got sad because it was starting to think about the other branch. So it went down, 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 down. And yeah, that's how miserable life is, you know. And I stopped to grow because, yeah, what is the meaning of life if you don't have the other branch with you? What this story is telling us is that from this split, actually, it came out another branch here in the middle. But it was feeling super lonely since the beginning, so it started to grow on these sides just because it was more into this kind of part of the tree, and then, again, went down, and it was very sad and terrible life, guys. Don't be this kind of tree. It's a very sad tree. And what else happened to this tree? So the tree at some point I get very, very tired of everything and life in general. So I decide, okay, you know what? I'm sick and tired of you all fighting. So I will create another branch here, because let's have hope. And the branch goes up and up and up and then again, same thing happened because, this is not very sad, very happy tree, in general. So the trees was like, okay, let's make a last attempt to make something valuable in our life. But first I need more color because otherwise there is no way I can bring another branch here. And then, maybe here. Oh, this is way out of color. Okay. Nice. We have another branch and it was going kind of okay. It was going straight and then no. Life was miserable. So, and thank you for coming to my TikTok. TikTok? What? I wanted to say TEDx, but I said TikTok anyway. But anyway, so we have our structure and our tree. Now I want to create some texture in the trunk because why not? So maybe the light is coming from this side, so let's make these sides a little bit darker. And again, I'm just tapping into the paper, just play around with the color. And I love this brush. I think it's the first time that I actually take the first brush and it's working. Like usually I go through 10 different brushes before I decide, oh, this is the one. I love you. Stay with me. But no, not this time. See, guys, you're helping me learn new things and this is beautiful. Now, I want to make the leaves. I could make one leaf at a time, but I think that would be super time consuming. I have plenty of time this evening, so I could actually do that. But let's play around using another brush to create something like comeback sketch. Something like this, see? I want this to be the base, and then on top of that, I want to create just a few leaves just to give the vibes of the tree. So, in order to do that, I have this brush that I have no idea how do you call this shape. It's kind of rounded and flat. So I know I should do my research. Okay, let's call it flat brush. No, that doesn't sound good. Flat and round. Round flat. That sounds like a name of a superhero. Well, round flat it is. But in case you wonder which brand is this, these come from Italy, from my last trip in Italy. It's called Borciani Bonazzi, number 8. And the number here is 802 Sintetico. I think at some point I should be affiliated with this brand because I love their brushes. Look how cool the design of the brushes. And in your hand, the feeling. I have many other brushes. Let me show you. This is a very old one, okay? Super economic, super cheap. The feeling, it's so bad. It's not a problem having a cheap brush, of course. You can use whatever you want. But sometimes having a cool, feeling brush is super nice. Anyway, I was saying. Now, to make those chioma, let's learn Italian. When you have all the leaves and branch all together, it's called chioma. To make chioma, and again, suggest me the name of this in English. I want to have lightest color on this side because I decided this side is darker. So lightest color in this side, and I'm going to do darker color in this side. So let's start with the dark part, and I want my color to be way waterish than this, because we can always add the watercolor, but get rid of the color, different story. And then I will just follow my branches. Like I build the branches just because I want to have an idea where to place my chioma. So I will go like this and then like this, super bright, right? And the nice part about watercolor is that the branches itself are going to fade away because it's watercolor. So that's how it is. And then I want to do the same thing like here, and then I go like, I'm going up and down because if you watch a yellow, no yellow tree. What was your name again? Salice piangente.
Weeping willow.
Weeping willow. So if I go, if you never watch a weeping willow, they like the leaves go up and then they go down. So let's do the same thing. A few strokes like this. Beautiful, dreamy. D&D style. Now, I want to add darker color, not darkest, darker color. Welcome in the channel in which people struggling with English, and it's completely fine. Let's see how is this color. Way too light. Let's have more. Yeah, I like this. And then we are going to go darker. And with my hand, I'm just clear. How you call this in English? I don't know. Nice and beautiful. And then just go lighter in here. See? You're a cutie pie. Now I want, so for this sketch we are almost there because I feel I have already overworked it because now I have too many things here. So for the next time that we're going to build together, I'm gonna learn from that not to add so many things, too many things, like seriously. Now I can't get rid of those, they're just too many, right? I can keep working on this and ruin everything, that's how it usually goes. So that's fine. So instead of keep going and destroy everything, what I'm gonna do is taking another nice brush from Bracciani Bonazzi again. This is number 4, and it's exactly the same series. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't notice that. And I bought them. Genius. So this is number 4, this is number 8. Super nice. And again, it has this nice flat but rounded surface. See? So with this, I'm just gonna go directly to the pawn. Yeah. And just create some sort of leaves like this, see? Now, one mistake that I made is that the color that I used for chioma to make those strokes before is exactly the same value of the one that I'm using right now. So for the next piece that we're gonna build, I need to remember that so that there will be more contrast between the leaves and whatever it's in the background, right? So back to the sketch, something like this instead of something like this. See, this one doesn't have any contrast and you can barely see the leaves. This one has more contrast, so something in between those two. Let's test to use it in here where it was brighter. I also have to think about how to use those leaves because I cannot put them everywhere. So let's make a branch. Just wait, I have the perfect brush for the branch. Let's study together. So let's go again up and then go down and down and down, tapping on the paper, and then go down again and connect these two things. and then go here, and then go there, and then go down, and then go here, and then go there, and then go down. Cute, right? Quick and easy. Now, if I don't want to make the same mistakes, let's see how could I use the leaves. First of all, it's again same color, so not very good. But I feel like something, maybe only at the end of the brush. Not brush. I keep mixing brush and branch. So I can do, or I do all the leaves. But it must be something actually very satisfying things to do. So I'm not completely against the idea. I mean, you people will get so bored at some point, but I don't care. Like, you decide to be here, right? It's not my fault. Take your own responsibilities. I feel this could be something cool. What if I create a branch in the back that is super light? Like very, very, very light. Something like, way too waterish. So a little bit of color, sponge, and then here. Something like this. I love this brush. It works so well for these kind of things. I need to remember this for the next 3. And then I do the same thing with these. Oh, not enough color. You can't see anything. That's gonna be something cool, you know? This is what I think it's something similar to, which one was it? This one. In which I have like branches in the front that are darker and the one in the back that are lighter. I mean, completely useless if I want to create the whole tree, I guess. See, that's why I make this live, because then when I have to make my YouTube video, I already have a clear idea what I'm going to do. And so you will have something like this instead of something like this messy blob here. Let's make another tree. I mean, the same tree, but another time. By the way, I'm on Instagram too. And if you have any requests for colors specifically, like this one today has been suggested by Paki on YouTube. So if you want to see the next color, like if you want to suggest a next color / a next tree, that would be super nice. Because it's like this one, this color, for example, I haven't thought about it because I was like, yeah, it's a very bright green, what am I going to do with it? And now that I'm doing this, I'm actually enjoying it so much. So thank you for the suggestion. Okay, let's build a second tree. Okay, we need some roots so the water can go up into the trees. Yeah, something like this. Beautiful. Now, the trunk is here. And it goes up, up, up. It can't go up that much in this way because there is that other thing there. So, whoa, too much water. So we're going, there is no color in this. What? Add a little bit of water, just a little bit. Way better. Now it's going that direction, but then it changes its mind and it's going to this other direction because it's a beautiful direction. And then it goes down, down, down. Nice. Now let's make another branch. It's going up and then it's gonna go down somewhere. Maybe this way and then this way. I love this brush. It's basically doing the job for me. I don't have to think about anything. Let's go down, just go down. We don't care if we are matching with the other branch, it's fine. This is just a sketch. And this one is going to go up like this and then down. Beautiful. This is a very skinny tree. I mean, I don't want to do tree shaming, but to have more branches, you need to be a little bit stronger, I guess. La. And then it goes down again. Tree shaming, what am I saying? Okay, let's just, now that we have this kind of idea, maybe I can make it even taller. Slim and tall. Like this. Cute. Let's make it dry a little bit. So, let's remember together. This, okay. This, bad. This, not sure yet. The trunk has the same color, but I think it's fine. I can just change it later. Anything else? Were you paying attention? You weren't. I don't have a pencil in here. It would be handy to write down my thought about these trees. Okay, let's go with the Chioma. Let's go with the Chioma. Is the right color? Yes. So, Chioma here, Chioma there, Chioma. Let's go down. And it's not Christmas, but who cares? It will be Halloween in a few days. I will be in Tokyo for Halloween. The person I'm going with, a bunch of friends, they want to go to a vampire cafe team. I have no idea what to expect from there. Way better. What do you think? Come on. This is way better. You gave me the right vibes. I really like this. Now, do I want to add the darker one? This could be it by itself in reality. What if I add like small detail? Like this. Very visible actually. You know what? Go big or go home. Let's add the darkness. It's a sketch. We don't get attached to sketch, you know? Let's think. So if the light will come from here, now I'm really regretting not having a pencil. Oh wait, I have a pencil. Haha, this is not a pencil, but oh, by the way, this is Tombow, and the nib itself, it's amazing because you can have very thin line, but then if you press, you're gonna have nice line like this. I love this pen, and the best part is that this is a Japanese brand, so I'm going to definitely going to buy tons of those when I'm going to Japan. Basically, my luggage will be only, I think, art supplies. That's it. I should make a live in which I just show all the art supplies that I'm going to buy in Japan. I think it would be crazy. But anyway, so the idea is to have the lights coming from this side, right? So then this side would be on the darkness, and maybe somewhere here, because it's not a flat tree, it's a tree. So this is the idea, and then the reality will be way messier than this. But I want to learn from the mistake that I've done here and use a color that it's a little bit darker than this, but not too dark like this one was. So maybe this is going to be okay. And let's start from down, like here. So, because if the light comes from here, for sure here will be kind of dark-ish, you know. And then here as well, right? And then maybe here there will be a little bit of darkness, and then here, kind of better, but I rather prefer it before. What do you think? Yeah, I feel like before it was kind of better. Well, we have so much space in here, we can try new things. What if I make it very dark in here? Make it like tippy-tappy. Something like this. Just to give the idea of leaves in here and there. We are going somewhere. Make it if there was a branch in here. I should have more branches. You're getting cuter. Kind of like this. Now I want to do same thing but lighter. Hoopla. Like this. Okay, it's kind of cute, but I still feel that just the other way was kind of better, just without the leaves. Maybe it's just too many leaves now. Maybe I should just do the leaves only in few branches. Let's make the trunk a little bit darker, so it will have a little bit of dimension, but even that. Like these. And then maybe here, and then maybe there is a branch coming out from here. See? Yes. And then this, why am I using this brush? I have the perfect brush. Elisa, come on. Maybe this one. That's something I could do for the next one. When I finish to do everything, just add some branches back. Not all of them, but maybe a few of them, just to make it more interesting, you know? Something like this. Maybe a branch here. And then let's add some leaves in there. Oopla. Here, more color. Something like this and something like this. Leaving space. Still, I think it's too messy. I rather prefer before. But I want to make the leaves work in somewhere, somehow. Any suggestion in there? Okay, let's make another one. Let's make another one. Damn it, there is this thing in the middle. I don't like that. But maybe we can work around it. I'm a line in the middle, and that's very annoying. Okay, so you are a new tree. It's a new tree. Let's go completely wild. And then this going up in this direction, and then it go in this direction. That's beautiful. And then it goes down again. I want to try with different, like instead of just stopping once as I was doing there, I want to add more randomness this time, just to see how it goes. So I guess these three have had a tough life, you know. So I don't know if you're a fan of Harry Potter, but in the Italian translation of the Harry Potter books, so from my understanding, it was this tree at Hogwarts that was weeping willow, and it was a very hungry, like they want to fight, and at some point Ron and Harry smash on the tree, and the tree start to eat it. Now, I don't know why in Italian, instead of being translated with the weeping willow, it has been translated with another tree that is completely different. It's called, let's say, platano, plane tree. Let's see.
Plane tree.
Plane tree. It is a completely different tree, okay? It doesn't make any sense, but it's a very tough tree. So when I was a kid, I was imagining this plane tree to be like a super rough, and boom, boom, it was kicking the ass from Harry Potter and Ron Weasley, and I was like, whoa, this is such a cool tree. And then they found out that they made a mistake in the translation, and they have to change it to like this tree here. But in the translation itself, instead of calling it the plane tree, like fighters, that was the translation in the first translation in Italian, they call like whipping tree willow that smash people. And I was imagining like the branches of these tree going and smash Harry and Ron on the car. But it's a completely different tree. I don't understand. Like the first one, you can imagine like a boxer, okay? Somebody's super tough, MMA fighter, something like that. And then you have this one that, come on, it doesn't look like somebody that is going to kick your ass. Or at least, if you ask me. I never met one of those, so maybe they are super tough. I never received my letter from Hogwarts, so, you know. That's also another thing. Some grass. I think they don't have grass anywhere. This forest is very sad. But I guess that from here to here and now here, maybe we're making improvement, you know? Maybe a little bit of grass in here, like... Oh, that's a lot of grass. Weird grass. Okay, stop there. Now, try again. Washing my brush. I wonder if you want to see how I wash my brush, but this is what I'm using. Pretty sure that's not very interesting, but let me know in the comment if you really want to know. When I brush, when I use the sponge to clean the brush or those kind of things. And let's go down with this as we did last time. So I'm going to do like this. And another thing that I like about this one is that I left some white space every now and then. I like that. I think I should keep that. But yeah, fewer strokes. I think that for the YouTube video I will do something like this instead of those one here. Or maybe I have to just check more references on how to do this kind of tree to find a way to have leaves in a way that is not too much on the paper. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I'm just playing around with colors, but not in a very efficient way. See, this is not getting anywhere. It's getting too messy too quickly. I feel like I'm just making a mess of color without any contrast. and this is not nice. Like last time that happened to me to work on something and it didn't have enough contrast was with which one are you? This was Viridian green, I guess. Which one were you? I should add some name, but I tried to learn the green. Sap green. This one. Yeah. When I was playing around with this idea, I think it just made a mess. It wasn't clear, like, it seems that this tree is on fire, to be honest. I didn't like this specifically. Like, if you compare with this one, it's way clear where we get going, or even with, this one, you know? Like, you can recognize the different branches, and there is a huge contrast between the trunk and the branches. Now, I feel that with what I'm doing here, it's having the same issue. Like, there is not enough contrast between the trunk itself and the chioma, so that the leaves. And yeah, I want to decide how to fix that problem. Another thing that I could do in the last attempt would be, instead of having all the branches, just having part of them, because I thought I need the whole thing to make a structure. But I feel that's just making the tree just very flat. So what I could do now, just as a test, is to take some color off like this, to lift some color, you know. It's an experiment to see if it becomes a little bit more interesting. Yeah, in few attempts I need to understand what to do. That's basically the challenge, because then when I'm going to do the actual sketch, is going to do good. Like, in general, I think when you do more than one sketch is good, and in general, like, learning new thing, this, like, try multiple times, because your body needs to learn how to move the muscles, how to move the brushes. Like, whenever you watch a tutorial of whatever kind of do-it-yourself things, you always seems that the people that are in the tutorial, they are super skilled and they make it look so easy, and then you go to try it yourself and that's not the case. Like, it's not easy at all. And the reason for that is that they make it look easy because they have tried it multiple times. So when you try it multiple times, then your muscle memory build around this, and that's very handy, because then you just do it again and it feels super easy to do. Let me show you an example. I think I should have something here that I made multiple times, the same thing. Let me just look it out here. So at some point I decided I want to learn how to do the C. Okay, so I start with the first attempt. It was this one. Okay, and I was like, okay, I'm start liking this, but it's too messy. I don't like that. The color are kind of off, so I want to change that. So I tried a second time, and this is the second time. By the way, let me know if you want also a video in which I show you like this and how to make this. So I tried the second time, and compared to the first time, the idea is almost the same, like this white form here. But now I have more space. I have created some interesting texture here that before it was visible maybe only here, but here was very flat, see? But on this one, on the other hand, way more interesting. And then I was like, okay, I like this, but I want it to be more tidy. So this is the third attempt, and I have like nice shade here, and everything is cleaner. So yeah, interesting, at least for me. I also had some gold on it, so can you see it? The gold, pretty cool. So yeah, it's like I just build confidence in what I'm doing by doing it multiple times, and this make the whole difference. Because then by the time I arrive here, even to create the shapes, I was way more confident than when I started, and when I started was very messy. That is more, maybe could be looked like seen as more realistic. But still, even for example, see that this is not very, very white, and this one is very, very white. So when I tried this, the first thing that I did was like I had a base layer of very, very light indigo. But then I realized that wasn't a good idea because it's not that bright, and I don't like that. I like when I am at the beach, it's white. Okay. So yeah, I used a mask for this. This is the mask. It's something that smells awful. If you haven't ever tried, liquid mask infill, it smells awful. It's going to ruin your brush, but it's going to protect the paper from the color. So it will keep whatever color you have in the background will stay there. And then at the end, you just have to scrub it off. And yeah, let me know if you want to see something like this. You can do this. I think at some point I will do it anyway because I really enjoyed that. But going back to my fellow tree here. So I think that I'm still very far away from whatever I wanted to do. But I like this idea more because this one looks like the Kioma is just in the back of the tree and not integrated with the tree. So I think I will go something like this for the final attempt. This tree, like the branches were all off. I think like this is bigger than this. It doesn't make sense. That's not how trees work. Like they grow, and they get slimmer when they arrive here. So that's something that I have to fix in our last attempt. And oh, also I rather prefer this because it was more like piangente, so it was more like whipping going down, than this that is more like a rounded shape. And it doesn't make any sense to have this as a rounded shape for this kind of tree. So, final attempt. Thank you for sticking around. Let's see what we can do. Okay. Too many things around. Now I feel the pressure because it's the final attempt. So let's get rid of the pressure by telling the story of this last tree, what happened in its life. Let's see. So when he was growing, he decided he needed his roots to be everywhere, because at the beginning this tree decided, you know what, I'm going to conquer the world one small root at a time. But then at some point the tree itself realized, wait, this is a waste of time. Why am I doing this? I could actually have a better life instead of going down, going up, because it's not a dwarf, it's a tree, so it's supposed to go up. So it realized, okay, let's go up. So let's take some more green color, our ochre, green color. So the tree decided to go up, right? But then immediately there was too much wind, so it started to bend a little bit, and it started to go on the other way around. Then the wind started to wane. So yeah, it became smaller and smaller, and it was just going down at some point because it was getting defeated by the wind. That is the villain of our story. Wind is very bad for trees in general. Pretty sure that's not how science works. But anyway, the tree, decided, well, with that branch, it was gone. The battle was lost, so our amazing protagonist decided, okay, let's make another one. Let's make it go stronger and give it more power. But then, oh no, it divided again. Oh no, and the wind come again. Oh no, and again it goes down, 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 down. Second branch, it went down. No, our tree is not so lucky. So, but there was still hope, because there was a very teeny tiny branch that says, no, the battle is not over. Just give me a try. And it goes up, but again, defeated by the wind and bring back to the tree. And when it was going down, it was splitting and splitting and splitting and splitting. I know our stories are very, very sad, you know, trees. If you know how to grow weeping willow more efficiently and more stronger, that can goes against the wind, just let me know. Like, we don't need to be all artists, we can also just be weeping willow grower, you know. At the end of the day, whatever makes sense in your life. Like, sometimes you grow as a branch, sometimes you break. So much wisdom in this life this evening. I know. Okay. It looks like somebody that is dancing. Like, this is one arm, this is the other one, and this is the head. Like, woo, let's dance. Okay. Another one that went down. Okay, I think I can just stop here and add the Kioma. And then if I want, I will add more branch later. So let's have coming from here and going down. Going up and going down. And then here going up and down and up and down. See? Beautiful. I want to lift some of the color as I did here, because it was actually a good idea, kind of. Nice. And then add a little bit more pigment to make it not so flat. We are going somewhere here. You need to disappear. You're too much. And then let's go down in this direction, since I already have many things in this direction. Let's just keep going there. I want to delete these. It's so satisfying that in watercolor you can just decide, you know what, you don't belong here, I'm going to delete you. See? Ta-da! That branch isn't there, it's not there anymore. That part of the branch. Okay. I think this is pretty. Now I want to add back some of the branches, but in different positions. So, for example, here, oh, that spreads a lot, of course, because the paper is super wet right now. I have to wait, but this is a sketching session, so I don't want to wait. And my hairdryer is so far away, so who cares? Okay, I want to make one that goes up, like coming from here and going up, and then going down again, and get lost into the tree, you know, like this. And then I want to do the same thing here. It goes up and then it goes down here. And again, it gets lost. This is very big. Maybe we can just transform it into Kioma. And then just using the edge of my brush, just go down. I think at some point I want to make a live in which I just create branches. That's it. I don't want to do anything else. It's so satisfying to create branches. Seriously, like, yeah, bad day, just do branches, okay? It's therapeutic. Then maybe there is a branch here. I want to fill out so much. Too much. And if I don't clean the brush, it's going to be too much forever. Yes, okay. Seriously, branches, that's the way. I think I'm gonna have, like when I'm going to do the video, hopefully this week, I think I'm gonna add so many branches to the tree, because it just, there is something about the process. Seriously, go for branches. And your life will be like, if your life is miserable at this moment and you feel like, no, what I'm doing with my life, I'm an idiot and blah, 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 branches, that's the answer. Now, since I haven't learned from my mistake, I still want to make the leaves there and I want them to be working in somehow. But this time I'm going to make them teeny, tiny, tiny, tiny. So maybe they are going to work, because I realized that maybe they were too big. Or maybe it's just that this is the last attempt and I really want them to work somehow. You know? Sometimes you should just stop and say, done. And this night is not one of those. So welcome to my weeping willow forest. I hope you had a great time, because we are going to say goodbye pretty soon. And remember to follow me, subscribe if you are watching this on YouTube after my Twitch live. And thank you all that have commented in the video on YouTube. It was super nice. Thank you, Paki, for choosing this color, because it's such a great color that I haven't considered in a while, even if it was the first color that I actually bought. So yeah, thank you also for get back to me those nice memory about me trying to go into the watercolor for the first time and be like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So yeah. And I don't have a schedule for this live yet, because live, like, this is not my job, this is just something that I enjoy to do every now and then. But yeah, if we become a more consistent audience, and if you comment or just make me feel like there is something there, somebody's there, I might consider to actually be more consistent. But yeah, this is it for today. So attempt number 1, teeny tiny tree, kind of cutie pie, but a little bit messy. Attempt number 2, very messy, and I think this is a pattern, because I had the same issue here. This was attempt number 2, and here as well, this was attempt number 2. Like in the second attempt, to me, is always the messier one. And then in the third one, I've learned that it's good not to have all the structure or the tree in front, but it's nice to have something in the back. And I have to say, attempt number 4, still off somehow, but better. And yeah, I think for the other side of the sketch, in which I will have my last tree, I think I will go with something like this. because this one was so fun to do. And I seriously think I'm going to have so many branches. Like now that I have done this, I feel that at some point I'm gonna do one live in which I will use all the green that I own. And there are many of them. And those are not all the one that I have. So yeah, I'm going to use all of them and I'm going to create the craziest salice piangente. Learn Italian. This is a salice piangente that you can possibly think. Thank you for sticking around. We have done our sketching today. This was day number 9 and we have plenty of colors to go still. We just scratched the surface, and when I come back from Japan, I will buy even more. And I'm gonna leave you with the last thing, that is today. Like, I had decided not to buy anything until I go to Japan, and today I break my promise, and I actually bought 2 watercolors that are from this Polish brand that it's called Roman Zmal. Pretty sure that's not how you call it. But this is a Perlin Violet, and I'm in love with this. Like, I have a dot card from Daniel Smith, no, from Schminken, and this color was like, wow. And when I saw it today, I was like, that's me, that's mine. And then the second one is this one that here you can't see very well, but basically when it dried, it will have a very dark purplish color and some shade of orange, and I think that's awesome. Actually, for something like this, I think it would be super cool. So yeah, thank you for sticking around. Again, I'm going to create the final edition of this on YouTube and add to the other side of my sketchbook. And yeah, have a lovely evening going. Bye.